present in this session. On behalf of the management, I, Ms. Kritika Ali, welcome you all to this session. Hearty welcome, Abhirami ma'am. Ms. Abhirami Uma Shankar is a special educator and she is here to share few strategies and tips to help parents overcome stress. Over to you, Abhirami ma'am. The floor is all yours. Jai Gurudev and a pleasant morning to each and everyone present in the session. On behalf of the management, I, Ms. Kritika Ali, welcome you all to this session. Hearty welcome, Abhirami ma'am. Ms. Abhirami Uma Shankar is a special educator and she is here to share few strategies and tips to help parents overcome stress. Over to you, Abhirami ma'am. The floor is all yours.
Yeah. Thank you, Kritika ma'am. Jai Gurudev parents, a warm welcome to all parents present for this session in this Saturday mid-morning. The topic stress management is the need of the hour. Do you all agree with me? Yes, stress has become a serious concern in this present age. Research says 90% of the world population suffers from stress. We may be stressed out for different things. It can be losing a job, losing a close friend or a relative, putting on weight, attending an interview, first day to a school, first day on a job. So there are so many things for each and everything people get stressed. Well, stress is part and parcel of your life, and we need to accept that, and we cannot do away with it. However, what we can do is to try and to manage it and make sure we don't get affected by it. This session focuses on how parents should manage or learn to manage their stress levels so that they can help their children to grow in a stress-free environment. In fact, it is a vast topic, but I've brought it into a nutshell. So there's a scenario for y'all. Okay. When a new young parent is taking her child to a school where the child shows tantrum, the child doesn't want to sit in the classroom or doesn't want to Yeah. Sorry, parents, there was a technical glitch. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about the stress. A parent who wanted to take the child to the school, and the child was showing tantrums that he didn't want to go to school. He started crying every day. And you all understand, after 2 years of pandemic situation, the child is moving to school for offline classes. So the child shows tantrum, but he's perfectly all right. Physically, he's well, but still he shows tantrum. The mother was really worried. Both the parents were worried how to take him to school. They also spoke to the teacher, but still they did not figure it out what exactly the child was going through. So, what do you think about this scenario here? What is the mother going through? You can see that the mother is totally exhausted every day getting him ready for the school, and finally when the time comes he's not ready to go and he starts crying, showing tantrums and all. So the mother is almost here emotionally and physiologically she's affected. What is the physical tension she's getting here? All the way, the whole night she's sleepless because tomorrow at least my son should go to school. What should I do? Whatever he likes, I have to prepare it for him, and all that thoughts goes on. And in the morning she's without a sleepless night, she's getting up, and emotionally also she's worried why my son is behaving like this. Okay, so all these things together, put together, is stress. We can see when we, every one of us in our daily life, we go through this stress. We really feel emotionally down or sometimes physically down after a long day's work and all that. That tension is stress. And the body's reaction, no, it is challenging yourself, it is challenging and it is demanding you there. So that is stress. And when you are under stress, your body and mind gets affected. That is what I wanted to really tell you about with the scenario here. So do you think this stress, how do we handle it, is the question mark here. Some people really do it very well. They know how to manage their stress levels or how to overcome also. When there is too little stress, it is really boring. You don't have anything to do. There's no motivation for you to do something. But when there is too much of stress, and very often you are stressed, then anxiety comes. First fear comes in, then anxiety will lead to depression, and it is unproductive level it becomes. When it's too much of stress, you're not able to finish your task on time, or you are here and there, everywhere you're not understanding what is what. And moderate level of stress, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Moderate level of stress will improve your performance level and efficiency. So we all should learn to have this moderate level of stress in our life. Okay, and there are two types of stress. Every day we undergo stress, okay, small or big. Okay, this stress which we talk about is the positive stress, which every one of us should possess this or cultivate this or learn to get into the habit of positive stress. Okay, why this is because when there's a positive stress, your outcomes will be you'll feel excited, you'll feel that you take the challenge as a in a very good way, and you feel excited when you are doing it. Okay, so for example, it can be a workout. When people work out, when they exercise, you can see the freshness in them. They are very, very active. Okay, and traveling to an unknown place, you're so excited when you want to travel to a place. You'll be looking forward to go here, there. You will have all type of information with you, and you'll be eagerly waiting for it. That excitement is a positive stress. And first day at job, yeah, you'll be wondering, you have to impress someone. First day in school, the child also feels, yes, I should not cry when I go to school today. I should be a happy child, the child thinks. Okay, and we should always this use stress in our lives. We should have this, which will help us to focus and concentrate in our work, and to take up new challenges and build the resilience in us, and motivates to pursue our goals. It is for all, for a child or an adult. Okay, it is all, for everyone should have this. How do we get this? Yes, we will later see how we need to do. For this positive stress to be within us, or to inculcate this or to learn this skill, you need to keep yourself happy. By doing all these things, like exercising is the best way. When the happy hormones are released in the body, I think you all are aware of this happy hormones like serotonin, dopamine, and endorphin, which is very essential for a person to be happy, to keep yourself very active and happy in your life. Okay. And moving to this distress, yeah, this is the major part which I wanted to talk about, where this is also called as a negative stress. So the word distress itself, you can understand it is of two types: acute stress and chronic stress. This acute stress is nothing but it is very short-termed, short-lived stress. Like when you're driving your car, you slam the brakes suddenly. That is a stress. That is a sudden jerk in the body, which your body is really getting affected by that. Okay. And like when you sit on a steep slope, when you ski down the steep slope, or when you fight with your partner, it is a momentary thing. For a short time it happens and it is okay. But if this acute stress is episodic means very often, if it has been frequently done, if you get the stress frequently done, if you get it, what will happen, they also call it as overly dramatic. This episodic, they'll like, yeah, that person is always, but actually the person is going through that stress. That is why he is showing it. But the other people, when they look at them, they think, okay, he's overly dramatic, that is why nothing to, no need to attend him, they think. Okay. And during this acute stress, what happens is the body and the emotions or the mind immediately returns to a normal state after some time. So there's not much ill effect in this acute stress. Okay. And what happens when this episodic stress happens to a person? Uncontrolled anger. For each and everything you get angry, you don't even know the reason. Some trigger point will be there and you get angry. A rapid heartbeat, just looking at something, you get that fear. Okay. Even for a child, when they look at somebody, they might not have spoken to that person, but looking at the looks itself, they get scared. And panic attacks, it's later to the next level called panic attacks. And heartburn, muscular pain, all these comes under this episodic stress. Like if I have to attend an exam or attend an interview, immediately you have heartburns, or what to tell, rapid heartbeat and all that. Okay. What is this chronic stress about? This chronic stress is also called as toxic stress, which we really need to know about. This, it is a long term stress. Okay. It never ends. It has difficulty in improving or changing the situation. However, you have chances to change yourself, but still you're just pulled down inside and you are stressed always. It is like constant fight with your spouse every day, morning, evening, night, before going to bed. Every time you are not able to come out of it for many reasons. Okay. And if a family member is in a terminal illness, so every day you just see the person going through it, and the person who is taking care is also really affected by that. And your bills piling up, you're not able to pay your bills, with financial crisis. Okay. So this is endless. So what happens when this negative stress happens to our body? Little medically, I can just give you points about this. See, there is a cortisol hormone which has been produced in our body when this stress is happening. Okay. And as often this cortisol is being produced for over a longer period, every time you are stressed, the cortisol is being produced in the body. And when it is for a longer time, it will affect our brain. And you should all know that brain and kidney are the organs which actually controls our stress. So the more you get stressed every day, like a slow poison, we are re-altering our brain and the kidney. The working mechanism is getting re-altered. So this is about distress. So I think now you have an idea how this eustress and distress will affect us in our body. So now you can just think Where do you stand on the scale? Whether you have no stress, or you have over stress, or always stressed, or moderate. So always strike a balance about this. Having spoken about eustress and distress, we will just say what are the common signs our children are going through, the stress the children are growing through. Okay, it's very interesting. People think, why for a child there is a stress? Yes, I'm going to give you a picture from when a child undergoes stress until an adult, what happens. Okay, now first we will go by the psychological signs. What is this? Difficulty in concentrating, worrying, anxiety, trouble remembering. You all remember when your child goes to school, when they go for after 3 months of school, they are going to attend an exam or a test. What happens? The whole 3 months they have been learning, suddenly they are not able to do well in their exams. The day before the exam, prior the exam, they are anxious, they are really scared, they are worried whether I'll be able to do, whether I will remember the points, what is happening to me. This is all because when they sit in the class, they are not able to concentrate. That focus and concentration skill is not well developed for a child. Sometimes, see, a classroom is for 40 minutes, a period of one subject is 40 minutes. In that 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, it's been divided into 2 halves. So the first 20 minutes, the teacher comes and recaps the previous lesson, and she starts off with the thing with a lot of instructions. She starts, and after 20 minutes she stops. She doesn't go on with that full lesson or the full page. She just stops with one concept and she leaves it, and then based on that concept she starts giving exercises, or she asks them to orally, she questions them to see that where they understand. So that for a child to concentrate, I have always been telling, concentration time is very less for children. So what happens, the 20 minutes what they have concentrated, they'll be able to recap, they will be able to do it again, is a challenge for a child. Okay, so if they are not concentrating in the class, then this happens. Okay, trouble remembering. When they come back home, the mother asks, what classes did you have, what did you do in school in this period, what did you, too many questions for the children. Okay, already the child is loaded with information from school when the child comes, and when you ask if the child has not concentrated there in the classroom, then remembering and bringing it back is a challenge for a child. Then the stress starts. This mother always, when I come from school, she starts off with everything. Why can't she leave me? Some children, the older children, what they do, they just slam the door and walk in. Some children, they start crying when depending on the age group, they start showing tantrums in different ways. Okay, then emotional signs, that is what the next comes. Being angry, irritated, moody, frustrated. Why they become angry? See, these anger, we don't know for what. Some small trigger points might will start irritating them, or they become angry for small things. They might not like something, the way you treat them, they are not happy with it, or they might carry the mood swing from school itself in the bus. When they come, when they reach home itself, still that mood swings are there for them, and they're frustrated that they didn't get their favorite things, so many things. Okay, and the physical signs, high blood pressure. Yes, even for children, they have high BP, but we don't check them. That is one thing. Changes in weight is, sometimes they put on weight, sometimes they lose on weight. Uh, and frequent cold and infections. If they are weak, then they get changes in the menstrual cycle for the female children. Okay, and behavioral signs such as poor self-care, not having time for the things you enjoy. Why? What is that? Poor self-care. Especially, I would like to talk about this poor self-care. What happens right from the beginning, the parents are not training, or the child is not trained for it, or the child doesn't know what to do when see, after 5 years the child should know certain self-help skills. The children should know for their age appropriate things. So this what happens as the child grows to a higher grade, when they are moving to the higher grades, they become lazy. They want everything to be done by the parent. Here I would like to say, what happens when the child gets ready to school, we should make the child do certain things on their own. I'll be talking about that in the next thing. So it's a vast topic, as I said. So here what happens, that small, like taking the water bottle and keeping, tying their shoelace, to check for the books what they have to take. All these are small small things, whether they have that they know how to take care of themselves, personal hygiene. All this, when it is not in its place, then stress starts. Okay, all this stresses the child. Okay, and now there are a lot of common signs of stress in children, which you can really notice it. And if you notice it, please start working on it. Don't ignore things. Yeah, and I happen to see parents telling, yeah, every time he does this, why the child is doing it, please immediately look into it. The child doesn't do simply to grab your attention. Sometimes they do that, but sometimes some inner meaning is there. So please do attend these things. Okay, so for here I would like to relate a theory called psychosocial development by Erickson. Don't be scared that I'm going to give a psychology theory, but you can see how well children are developing into an adult, and during those phases how the child is going through stress. Okay, the first stage is 0 to 18 months. As usually for a 0 to 18-month baby, what is the stress you can think? Yes, there's a stress for the child. What do you know? The primary caretaker or the primary caregiver. Who's the primary caregiver? Mother. The second thing nowadays, once the mother delivers the child and after 3 months she needs to go for work, then the primary caregiver becomes the daycare auntie or someone at home, something. So these people are the main people in their life. They trust or whether they want to mistrust a child. You know, when somebody carries a newborn baby, the child cries. Sometimes the child smiles, but there is a reason behind it. The child is full of senses. The child knows who's carrying me, because the sense, you know about the sense organs, the touch, feel and all that. So the baby understands that somebody whom I know is carrying me. That is why the child feels very, very happy and trust that person who that. Here again, the primary caretaker, the feeding time should be appropriate, and even if you delay the feeding time, the child goes and crying. Okay, so the caregiver is consistent. It should be, the person should be consistently be there, the only person who's doing it, and the right feeding time. So the child is confident and happy, and if the needs are met, the child is always happy. But if there is some problem in these area, then there is sense of mistrust. The child develops. There is no here there is no stress for the child when it is all met. If the demands and the needs are not met, then there is a stress for the child. Okay, from the next step is the 18 months to 3 years of age group. There the child discovers that he or she has lot of skills. Let them make their choices. Just like which toy they should play with, which toy I should pick and play. Here I really wanted to tell something here. When a child wants to do something, the mother says, please not now, later. Because if the child makes a mess, the mother is thinking, oh, I should clean this, why should now, not, don't play now, later you can play this. So there itself you're suppressing the child's learning skill. Okay, so the stress comes in. Every time when I'm asking my mother, I want to play this, she says no, she wants me to play only with these things. So the stress starts there. Okay, and what they like to wear, there, see, you as a parent, we should really talk to them. The children understand each and everything when we talk. They observe us, and observational learning takes place during these age groups. Okay, so what happens when you really say we are going to a temple or we are going for worship or a function, then we wear these type of dresses, because you can have some pictures, like we have picture storybooks and all that for a young age group children, where you can easily show them and teach them. This has to be done before. This is a prior experience for the child, so that when the child says I want to wear a party wear when she wants to go to school, then you can easily tell, think whether you're going to a party or a school. Then the child immediately connects to it and says, yes, I'm going to school, so I will wear something else, or a uniform can be worn, or any other color dress, not a party wear. So here the parent plays a major role, where the parent has to prepare the child in a prior thing. That prior experience helps the child to connect. If you say now you're not going to wear that dress, the child is under stress, and he or she starts tantrums, crying, rolling on the ground, and all that happens. So allow the child to make choices, but guide them, be with them, see whether they are doing the right choice. There the role of a parent is. And they develop a sense of personal control also over the physical skills in this age group, that is 18 to 3 years. Otherwise, when you toilet training, dressing themselves, all this they learn independent, that independent skill they start learning at this thing. If you cut or suppress the child here, the fear grows in. Every time she's telling me something, I don't want this, okay, let her only decide. The deciding, decision making starts here. It is not a skill which has to be learned when they are 15 or 20 or 30. But small things what a child can do starts at the young age. So please, parents, young parents, please have this in mind. The next stage is 3 to 5 years, which is an exploration age, where they play. Through play they learn lot of things, and rapid developing growth happens in this age, where that is 3 to 5 years. So what happens, all learning happens at home. They are there with you till 3 years. Lot of learning happens, and when they come to school, with the prior knowledge what they have learned at home, and the teacher says something, they connect it, they really connect, and they understand, okay, this is what mama was telling, this is how it is. When ma'am says, more information is given about what the child has learned little at home. Okay, so here this stage is called initiative and versus guilt. What happens here, time, this is a time for vigor action for them, and behavior also starts in for them. They ask n number of questions. Sometimes it irritates us, and it is, if you ignore, what will happen, they feel guilty. Why, is this a stupid question I'm asking my mother? Why is she not answering? See, parents, you should remember one thing. We have many things in our mind, or many work, lot of work to be done. So we are in a hurry always. When somebody asks, when a child asks, we just say, okay, later I'll tell you, or you don't answer, or you ignore them. But the child has only this, they always keep observing you, and they can only ask you. If you ignore this, somebody will take that place. So always, even if you are in a hurry, you just tell them, yes, today evening I will sit and I'll explain to you. Just give that thing to the child, so that the child feels, yes, I am not ignored, and the child will not feel guilty or thing. Okay, and getting ready to school, this is the age where you need to teach them what they have to do. Otherwise the child gets, every time somebody has to help me, am I not able to do these things, I'm incapable of doing all that, things come in mind. Okay, then the next comes the 5 years to 12 years. It's called industry versus inferiority. They learn to handle the task set before them. That is the age here. Here the parents have to handhold them. If you are not there, the child learns everything by its own, but not in that appropriate time, but they take some time. So See, it all again depends upon individual. Some children are smarter, some children take some time, some children need hand holding till they go to college. So always remember these things, parents. Here, there is a group, peer group influence at this age group, 5 to 12 years of age group. Children are influenced by their peers. They cope up with new social and academic influences. If that demands, if they are not able to do that, stress walks in. Okay, and success will lead them to sense of competency. If they are not able to do well and if they fail, it will lead them into inferiority complex. So always be as a guidance when children at school, teachers are there, at home, parents, primary caregivers, you need to notice this. Because why I'm talking about this age is from 5 to 12, it is maybe from 8 to 12, it becomes pre-adolescence, where the child is preparing for the adolescent stage. So what happens if the child is not encouraged or reinforced? He feels inferior. If the child is encouraged, he becomes more competent and he becomes industrious. He knows, yes, I'm capable of doing. So it is a small thing that what a parent has to do. And at school, the teachers play a major role where they find out what the strength of the child, what to be given to this child, what role can be given to this child during a drama or some functions at school, and everything they find out the strength of the children. So this is the major period where they learn a lot of things, and by from parents and teachers. Okay, then comes the 12 to 18 years age group, where there is identity crisis and role confusion. Yes, this is the most challenging phase where you have to take care of your children. They are in adolescent. It is a turbulent teenage years for them. Okay, it's a transition from childhood into adulthood, and the teens develop a sense of personality identity. Okay, am I okay? You can see your children standing in front of the mirror or dressing themselves for a long time, and they go into their shell also at this phase, where they are with the peers and they are very quiet, and they go into their shell. They talk only to that, Amma, you don't know anything, daddy doesn't know anything, I know what I'm doing. All these things starts coming here because they themselves are going through some crisis, whether I'm okay, I am fitting into this group, am I able to do this, am I better than that person, all that confusion and identity crisis. So I think now you will have a clear picture from where the children, the signs of stress, where it starts for children from 0 to, I just want to talk only till 18 years, and later there are other stages. So we are dealing with children. So this is the phases where the children start doing it. And we can also understand where, as a parent, as a teacher, we play a major role with them. And talking more about things, this other common signs of stress, this is all hidden inside. Without knowing all these phases, what is happening, we are not aware of it. But what are the common signs of stress, what we can really see in children? For 0 to 5 years, what you can see, parents who have children under 5 years, below 5 years, you can easily connect with yourself. Difficulty in sleeping, grinding their teeth when they are sleeping, crying for anything, when they'll for everything they cry. Okay, and clinging to parents, and you will force them to say hi to auntie, sing a rhyme for auntie, all that you say, but the child is always clinging. And very moody, showing tantrums, throwing things, rolling down, bedwetting, tummy aches. All these are the common signs. See, sometimes this tummy ache and mood swings, you can find out for what they are. But other things, difficulty in sleeping, what is? Again, coming back to this difficulty in sleeping, please set a routine. I'll be again coming back to that. Grinding teeth, maybe they are scared of something or you have scolded them. So the stress level starts here. Okay. And in this age group, the children lack vocabulary to express themselves. They feel different, uncomfortable, but they don't know how to express it. And this fear will, every time this fear in children will slowly move into anxiety level, and this anxiety moves into depression. And these children at this age group, they are actually, you can understand them better as parents. You will understand better when they come to school. Only when we get the input from you, we will know, okay, at home also, at home front also, the child is doing this. In school he is different. What is the scenario, how we can handle him, all that can be really rectified here. And the age group within 7 to 10 years, what is the major signs of stress they undergo? They are very angry, irritable, negative talk. Uh, am I able to do this? Am I dumb? All this things comes in. They seem to be fine at school, but at home when they come, they are a totally different person. Okay. And they become aggressive, moody. It can be because of his peers. But if the teacher is scolding, if he is not completed his homework, and many reasons are there for this signs of stress. And 10 to 13, they don't talk much, they worry a lot, they are very fearful, especially boys. If the parents are very strict, they start telling lies. They don't it's not boy or a girl, no gender discrimination, but children in general, 10 to 13, they are called tweens, where they start telling lies. They are very scared of their parents if the parent is very strict, so they start hiding things from them. They have trouble in working to complete a work. They have increased or decreased appetite. They put on weight and so far. Okay. And they show resistance also. This age group, 10 to 13 years, they show resistance also. Okay. And teenagers, coming to teenagers, again increased anxiety comes. Okay. They don't sleep completely in the night, but they are awake whole night. Then they become very irritable in the morning. They don't have there's a sense of hopelessness in them. Okay. So these are all the signs of stress in children. If it happens once or twice, if you find it, it is fine. Once in a while it is okay, but if it is consistently recurring for a child, then you need to really look what is bothering the child. Okay. And again, there are a lot of other stresses also. They worry about their academic friend. Then when they are having lot of other activities from school, they have to go for work, for tuitions. From tuition they have to go for a sports class, for a music class. The juggling responsibility from here to there, every time jumping, and the child is completely occupied. That is a stress for the child. Multitasking is no more considered to be the best. Okay. When you multitask, stress level increases. Earlier it was said multitasking is good, but now it is, you're a smart person, he multitasks. But no more multitasking is considered to be the best thing. When you multitask, stress, always you're stressed. Okay. Problems when they fight with their friends, bullying happens, or peer pressure. That child is having something, I don't have it, my father is not getting it. That peer pressure happens. And if you change the school often, moving because of transfer or because of your work thing, you move from one place to another, getting into that environment, setting, adapting themselves, it becomes stressful. Then within a year again you change to new school. But some children get adapted to them. They understand, yes, this is how my father's job is. Okay, fine. But that maturity, how it comes when a parent talks to the child and makes them understand that, yes, my job, my profession is this, that we need to keep moving from place to place. So that give the positive thing there, saying, yes, you can meet different type of people with different varieties of food, different places, all that. And that positive thing you need to give the child and make the child understand. And dealing with housing problems, so many things, and negative thoughts about themselves. and going through body changes. That is a major thing, body shaming when it happens. So all these things are the causes for stress for a child. And if the child sees the separation of the parents, the divorce, going through a divorce, then that is a major breakdown for a child. Okay. And financial crisis when they are not able to pay the fees, or not able to run the family, that is also. And living in an unsafe home or neighborhood, yes, if a child doesn't have parents and they are living with someone else, aunt or grandmother or somebody, guardian, then there is throughout their life that stress is there. Okay. Whether I'm safe somewhere, that's the term. How do children cope up with their skills? Yes, this is a major. This coping skills are inborn for some people. For some people, for some children, for some adult, coping skills need to be learned. Okay, so the coping skills, naturally the coping skills, what are the coping skills children can possess? Is reading skills. Yeah, again coming back to my own mantra, reading right from kindergarten. Before entering school, the parent can read for a child. The child doesn't know to read, but the parent can read. That is what our grandma stories, bedtime stories, I always keep telling this. Please do read for your child. Maybe you're not a voracious reader as a parent, you're not a voracious reader, but read for your children. It takes them to a different world. They'll grow into great heights. Okay, reading gives them pleasure, joy. They learn a lot of vocabulary. Leave about the academic part of it. Reading, they enjoy reading. Visualization technique develops for them. Breathing exercise, yes, breathing exercise. I think you all should ask a question to yourself, whether we do breathe, uh, like, you are you aware of your breathing? Generally we don't breathe properly, we don't inhale and exhale completely. So that is why these breathing exercises will help them. And in our school we have several techniques for this, and we do teach them, and they are into all these things. Our Sudarshan Kriya, what our Guruji has given, the best breathing technique. And we have the Art Excel course for the children from age group 4 to 11 years. S course is there for the teenagers. Utkarsh Yoga is there. All these things will really help them to cope up their emotions. Okay. And then intuition process is there. Prajna Yoga is there. All these will really help the children to help them to cope up with the stress. And label the feeling. Yes, this is something what a parent or a teacher should really teach the child. If the child is sad, you should ask them. They don't understand the emotion, sad, happy, the real meaning of it. They just say sad because we have used that word. So you should ask, what was the scenario, what situation it happened, so you're sad, are you happy about it, we are doing this, are you happy to do this? You ask in such a way that child understands, okay, this emotion is connected with this. Otherwise children of children under 5 years will not understand. Above also till 8 years, these emotions, because we use those words, they use it, but the inner meaning, real content of that word, they are not able to comprehend. So you can give the scenario, then ask, so whenever they are, what is happening to you, why are you sad? Yes, I'm sad. So what is the why, what is the reason you're sad? You should ask them, talk to them. And positive self talk, yes, I'm capable of doing it today, I have done it, I'm the best here today, I finished my task in 5 minutes, I could do the sum in 10 minutes, I could read a page. So this is positive self talk, which really self appreciation, the child feels very happy, and the positive hormones, the happy hormones are secreted when a positive self-talk happens. Okay. Playing a game, yes, brain has to, the cognition has to happen. Playing games, indoor games, especially with cards and Uno and whatever, Ludo and all that, helps them. As I was telling, exploration age, playing games, even for an adult, it is a coping skill. You can sit with your children, even if you're stressed out, you can sit with your children to play these skill. games. Okay, as I said, yoga with breathing exercise, artwork. Yeah, in school I see most of the children, they just scribble, they just do with colors, they do wonders. Maybe it's not like a Picasso or anything, but still for them it is something great for that age. Some scribbling also is a art for the child. Okay, so enjoy and appreciate their work there. Okay, that will help them to cope up with their stress. And it is not about the children can really do many things if there is a good support system and family bonding, and children will definitely listen to the parents. Okay, and what are the other, how parents can help the children in other ways? Yes, first and foremost thing is the family time. At least one day, one meal a day, people have to sit together and have food. That in olden days, we have seen our grandparents, even we have born and brought up in that thing. But slowly we are losing, and I think because of the after the pandemic, everybody is again coming back to all the family time and all that. People have realized, yes, these things will really help us. Okay, so this family time is very important. And routines, yes, again routines, if it is set when they are very young, you will have no problems when they move to higher grades. That is what I keep telling. Many people don't even understand what this routine means. Routine is going to bed early, getting up early, self care, and what else to tell, doing their homework task, what how to prioritize their thing. Time management again comes into routines also. What type of like how to get ready for school, if there is school, if it is a holiday, how to plan their holiday. All these things, this should be done when a child is young, when the child starts schooling, 3 every day. The parent, when they do it, the child observes, okay, this is how my parents in my house, this is how it is happening, so I need to follow this. Even if you sleep, the child automatically gets up. So that is the routine we have to set, which when lower grades, they don't have any problem. They learn very little. Lot of visual learning will happen. There is no more auditory learning and writing, and also till grade 2 not much is happening. Okay, after that, when they move to grade 3, then everything starts for a child. We can understand, we can really see what the child is going through when the child moves to grade 3, whether proper they are able to write well, they are able to comprehend, they are able to read, all that comes. And if you have set this every day 1 hour set for learning, but what that a 1 hour setting for learning is, you should have breaks. I keep telling this always, 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes a child cannot concentrate. And for some children who are very active, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, that's all will be the concentration time. So have your study time, just uh, chunk it, have small breaks, and explain to the child that he has to come back within this time. And your instructions should be clear so that the child understands, okay, I cannot get away with things, I have to follow these things. That is what the routine I'm talking about. Every day 1 hour is spent in learning or writing. They have to sit 6 to 7, or decide the time 5 to 6 or 6 to 7 or 6 7 to 8, something that. And that has to be done even if it is a Sunday. So till 5th standard, if you follow that routine, automatically from 6th standard, the child understands, I am on my own, I can do it. Otherwise, stress. Really, there is a stress for the child and for the parent. Okay, time management, that you understand. Positive reinforcement. Yeah, this is very, very important for a parent or a teacher. Okay, always, when you give a positive reinforcement, it encourages and motivates the child. For a small child, it is clapping and cheering. Even for till 15 years, I'm talking about clapping and cheering, giving a high five, patting on the shoulder, giving a hug, giving a thumbs up. playing a game as a reinforcement, telling, yeah, you want me to play with you today in the evening, definitely I'll join you, saying that. Read a book together, having fun when you read a book together, telling telling your friend about your child's achievement and feel proud about it. All these things are positive reinforcements, which really encourages and motivates the child. Okay, and a parent can easily do at home, and a teacher does at school. Okay, likewise, kids also, when they receive this reinforcement, no, they are very happy, they are motivated, they think, okay, I am capable. That is why, even if it is a simple thing, if you appreciate the child, when he or she gets the reward for their behavior, they automatically, they will not focus on the negative actions, but they will be with full positive vibes. Okay, at the same time, as an adult, when for example, at your workplace, if you're not appreciated, if you're not being acknowledged for your work, how do you feel? Isn't it, you expect something, and the paycheck is your motivation for that. That is the main motivation, that you go to work and you work there. But when somebody else, apart from the paycheck, apart from the money thing, when somebody appreciates you and says, because of you today the meeting went on well, all that, some small appreciations will really, will keep you more motivated to do and give more 200% of yourself. Okay, and breathing exercise again is a problem solving skills. Yes, this problem solving skills doesn't pop up when they are 15 years or 20 years. As I said, problem solving skills are right from thing. For example, I'll give you, for a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old, take two chairs, put it in a room where there is no extra space and the chair is there. The child has to get out of the room. Just sit and watch what the child does. For a crawling child, or a child who's started walking, you see what the child does. He or she tries all his senses, with all things. He will try to move the chair. If it is too heavy, he will try to crawl inside, creep inside the given space, and he will try to get out. We every day we witness these things when we have small children at home, or we have seen when, if our children have grown up. Okay, so children learn how to do things when it is given to them. But when you try to do things always, they stop learning, they stop trying itself. You be next to them, yes, I am watching you, you just see how you can do this. And especially when a child is doing a sum and he is very lazy to work out the sum, for example, you have to just sit next by and say, yes, let me see, within 5 minutes you're able to do, or 10 minutes you're able to do. No, Amma, I don't want to do, I anyway it will go wrong, you please do it for me. If the child says, you should not you should not help the child, because he knows how to do it, but he is lazy to do. So give him some other thing, and reinforcement, that saying, you will finish it so that you get to do something. So the child sees, okay, within 5 minutes I have to do, I don't think I'll not be able to do by 5 minutes, let me try. So he gives a try. So that is how you need to be with a child. And problem, another problem solving skill, I'll tell you, in day-to-day life, suddenly we have a guest at home, the mother is really panicking, I don't have milk at home, I need to make tea or coffee, what I have to do? Maybe this is very cold now, I cannot give them juice, what should I do? So she is really under a lot of stress now, acute stress. So now she is then immediately the child, or the son or a daughter jumps in, Amma, why don't you make this and give? Or the mother immediately says, why don't you go get a packet of milk from the shop? So that immediate decision, what the child, what the mother does, the child keeps observing. Always they observe how you take up the stress and how you handle it, and how you are able to control your emotions and do things. When you're calm and composed and handle that situation, the child also learns it from us. Okay, and listen, understand, and communicate. Yes, always when a child tries to say something, please listen to the child and understand from their perspective. Always we are, from our perspective, we understand, for him no other work, every time he comes with something, every time this is your way, you come and talk to me and you get the work done, this is not okay. There's something, you have your prior thing about the child. So please understand that scenario, that moment, what the child feels, and communicate, talk to them and understand, and talk to the child clearly and try to get what the child is trying to say. Okay. And breathing exercise and physical activities, yes, when the child is not getting up or very lazy, sitting on the sofa, and come, let's go play, what games he likes, or what outdoor games or indoor games, push the child for that and involve yourself with the child so that the child really gets out of it. Okay. Be a role model. Yes, again, we are all always role model for our children. We are, the fathers are hero, the mothers are heroines. Every time we are the role models. So always be with them. Okay. And be aware, recognize when you are stressed. Yes, this is very important. Parents, you should know when you are, by now I think you are aware of acute stress and chronic stress and no stress and all. So you should know when you are stressed, what you should do and all that. So you being aware, mindful about your stress. Okay, what are the stress the parents undergo? Okay, the parents undergo stress by what means? Altered sleep patterns. Yes, there's no proper sleep. Again, I want to talk about this proper sleep. If you don't have proper sleep, your brain is tired. You will not be able to work the next day. The same for the child. If there is sleepless night, the child doesn't sleep properly, the child cannot concentrate in the classroom. Okay. And have set, please set a time for sleeping. Before going to sleep, switch off your gadgets. I know now, 2 years we are all into the gadgets only, so now we are again offline and we are into normal living. Please do try things for avoiding these gadgets and focus on your day-to-day things. So this sleep pattern is very, very important. And work pressure, what happens? Work pressure, yeah, 24/7 you don't know how to balance your work life balance is not there. Always you're under pressure about your work. Family visits, when suddenly guests, often people come in and you're not able to manage with the financial crisis also, which cannot be avoided, but that causes stress for the parent. Separation is divorce and all that. And childcare, yeah, newborn child for a young parent, or a parent who has a elder child and older child and a newborn is there, how to take care of the child with two, managing the two kids. One has to go to school, one is at home not sleeping whole day. All this creates the stress for the child. And new routines, yeah, suddenly new things when it crops in, you're unable to take it up as a challenge and you have lot of stress. Okay, all these are the other forms of stress. Okay, how do you manage the stress here? The main part of the thing. See, it depends upon individual, and it depends upon individual, and it is hereditary also, I should say. Somewhere down the lane, what the medical theory says is, when every time I was talking about the cortisol, whenever this cortisol is being released into the body, and how often it is being released, it has um, a major effect to change the gene also, they say. That is the study says. It's not my thing, it is the study which says, the medical history says that it has the capability to change the gene. It works till that end. So that is why, uh, how you can manage your stress, it is very essential that all adults, when you learn to manage your stress, it is easy for you to help your child out. Okay, the first and foremost thing is avoid. Yeah, you know that this is going to happen, these small things will really bother you, try to avoid it. For example, when you have to go to office, you're driving, you know how our Bangalore's traffic is. So commuting is really painful every day going through it. So what is it? It is, you can take control of the stress now. How do you take control of your stress? It is like carpooling with your friends. So you will have nice time talking to them, sharing your thoughts, and try listening to your favorite tunes, so on. So this can be avoided. Small things. I'm not talking about big things, which is in your hands, which you can avoid. And alter the situation. Yes, what is that altering the situation? You communicate clearly, and you're very clear with your communication and say, this is this, I will not accept this. That it should be very clear to that person. And you should also let people know about your expectations also. This is a major thing where people really lack. They don't want to tell, oh, if I tell this, what will the other person think, all that. But you're going through that stress, you're taking it up. So what is happening is, you're only going on with this stress condition, but you're not out of it. So this one factor is altering it. How do you alter? Respectfully talk to the person and say, how they are treating you. You didn't like the way they are treating you, please stop it. Okay, state your limitations. If somebody, you're on work and somebody is calling you, you just say, I have 5 minutes to talk, please. That's all. So be very straightforward and just tell them, so that you will avoid the stress. The third one will be accepting things that you cannot change. Yes, we all know we cannot. We understand, but some circumstance we are not able to do it. So accepting this situation can ease much of your stress. Okay, yes, this is like this, I cannot do anything with it, I cannot change it. So I will somehow manage the stress here. Okay, this, when avoiding and altering is not working for you, then go for this accepting situation. Okay, forgive yourself, don't be too harsh on yourself. Forgive yourself and others. Okay, and you can call a friend who's very trustworthy, and you can talk to them, or you can approach a therapist, or you can go to a friend who's really, if you feel that you're more comfortable, talk to them. Talking will ease out many things, but people don't do that. Okay, adapting to the situation, this is the best thing. Yes, this is how it is, I will just close my eyes and do my work. That is the thing. So where as an adult, we can avoid it, sometimes we can alter it, sometimes we accept it, sometimes, most of the time, we adapt it. So adapting to the situation is also very good, where your expectations of stressful situations can help you to cope up the stress. So I think this will be really helpful for you all. Avoid, alter, accept, and adapt. It is our mindset, what we need to do it according to the situations. Okay, yeah, again, only happy parents can generate happy generation. Do you all agree with me? This is really true. When you are happy, you can just see how your children are also happy. For this, an example is, when the father comes from office, the children understand whether the father is in a good mood, or he's happy, or he's how he is. They understand the way he walks in. So children are so observant that they understand, and they will never go near the father until the father says, yes, come on, baby, what are you, how was your day? And then when he speaks, it is okay. Otherwise, even the spouse or the children understand, and they just move away from them. Okay, it's vice versa also. Okay, happy parents can generate happy generations. Yeah. Now, as an adult, you should know to understand whether your coping strategies, how do you cope up with things, whether it is problem focused or emotion focused. Okay, so if you know where do you stand, then it is easy for you to manage your stress. Some people are they know how to cope up. Maybe they are problem focused person, or some people are emotion focused person. Okay, so based on their focus, they will know how to cope up their stress. Okay, sometimes things are overwhelming, and the adult also finds it very difficult to cope up. Okay, so what are the things you need to really focus and do things? Carve out some time, me time for yourself. Okay, that me time is very essential for a for everyone. It can be a female person or a male. Everyone should have a me time for themselves. That is very essential. So you need to take the time out. It can be exercising, your hobby, a friend's day out, watching a favorite TV serial, or listening to music, or playing an instrument, anything which where you enjoy and you have your own space time. Nobody comes into it. You and your time. Okay, that everyone needs to follow, well, practice it and take it. And don't feel bad that how can I leave my family, how can I leave my child. No, you need that only when you are energized, when you are happy, you can take care of others around you. Okay, so now I think you can understand where you people are standing, whether you're problem focused or you're emotion focused and all that. Okay, and plan your time. Always have a plan, have a chart. See, every time people think, okay, tomorrow morning I'll get up, do this, everything is in the mind. Okay, just take a pen and paper, write, have a chart, do chart list, write it there so that it is easy. Once you complete it, you just strike it out. Okay, this work is done. So I have 5 things to do more, but I have only 8 hours. And within 8 hours, can I do that? So the stress level, imagine, see what will happen. Okay, this prioritize the work, what you have to do. Okay, you might have 5 things. In that, the fourth one might be the very important thing, but you have written it as fourth one. So bring it to the first and start working on that. So you should know what to do. You are the only person who will understand what you are best at. Okay, so create the to-do list and establish healthy boundaries. What is this healthy boundaries? Exercising, talking to people, helping someone, so many things, social work, so many things. Ask for support. Yes, people are there to help you. Don't think you are alone fighting with something. There are people who can help you. You just need to take one step and say, yes, I need help. There's no shy. Don't feel shy that, oh, I'm not capable of doing, why should I ask? If I ask someone help, they'll think bad about me. No, there are people to support you and help you with things. Okay, and definitely, if you don't want to go for professional help, at least some person whom you're comfortable, please go on. Work on managing time. Yes, you need to set your work time. Okay, from this time to this time I can give solid time for my work and finish it. So you're the whole person who can decide how many hours you need to do this work, within how many hours I can finish it. So everything lies within you. Okay, and exercising, taking a shower, like a good hot shower, all this. And always focus on positive things. Don't, I am not capable, tomorrow if I go late, what will happen? Why is she shouting like this? Every time she'll be shouting like this. You should also understand why she's shouting. Like how you have things, the other person is also going through something. That is why they are shouting. You feel and think. Always be mindfulness, what is happening in and around you. Are you aware of all those things? And you should also be taking care of yourself. Okay, and laughter is good medicine. Stress is tightening up, laughter is lightening up. Okay, and there are few tips for young parents, the newborn baby or with two siblings, one is older and one is newborn. And recognize that you are not alone at all. If some people are around you to help you, when you want help, people will help you. You have to take that extra step. Okay, and don't feel guilty. Oh, I'm not able to do this, only I'm like this. As a as a mother, I'm not able to manage this child. I have to get ready my younger one, elder one, but I'm not able to. Yes, don't feel guilty. Everybody, the older parents have gone through that cycle and they've moved to a level where they face some other challenges, but a new parent will face some other challenges. So each individual has to go through challenges in life. It depends upon how we take up the challenge. Okay, and accept help when somebody is really wanting to help you. And learn about childcare. Yeah, if you are a very young parent, the first child with the first child, first learn about the childcare, what is good, what is how to do, take care, how to prioritize the time, what how much time I should sleep, how much time the baby sleeps. So many things are there. Okay. And health, and also at the same time take make your health a priority. Take care of your health. Only if you're healthy you can take care of your children. Okay. And postpone major decisions. What is this major decisions? Even for other people, I can tell you, like getting a house or getting a car. If there is one car, why do you want to go for? Because your salary is high, you again go for another car, and suddenly some other financial crisis come, and then you need to pay your EMI. So many things. That is these are the major decisions which you need to think twice before taking it. And that, because that will cause you stress, you should know where to draw a line. Okay. Follow a sleep pattern. This is for everyone, I'm telling, all adult and child. Sleeping reboots your brain. Adequate sleep maintains brain functioning. So always see to that, have good sleep. No proper sleep, what happens? Irritates you. Next day in classroom, for a child, concentration, irritation, he will feel sleepy, he will not understand what the teacher is doing. For an adult, going to office, he will not be able to complete his task, what is being assigned for that day. So prioritize your work and have a work life balance. Only if you sleep well. I said, I'm not scaring you with all the other data saying that cortisol and all that, but that is the truth, scientific thing, medical, in medical terms. So always take care of your sleep. Okay. Have a good sleep pattern. Let go attitude. Yeah, don't crib on things. What is happen to happen will happen. What cannot, what you are not able to hold it, just let it go. Learn that attitude. If you are, take only the advice you value. Yeah, people will come and give you more advices, whatever they are going through also they might tell, but you just think whether that suits you and whether that is valid, then take that, and you can try also. Okay. So these are the tips for the young parents. And coming back, if you're stressed, okay, there are support systems, I said. I'm talking about interventions. What are the interventions? It's nothing to scare you about these things. There are two people there for you to help you. Okay. Psychologist and a psychiatrist. When do we go for a psychologist? Everybody thinks psychologist and psychiatrist are the same. They don't understand the meaning. Psychologist is a person where, when I'm talking about the therapy, it's called cognitive behavior therapy, where they talk about help people to identify the negative ideas, negative, what to tell, negative thinking in their mind. That pattern is changed. They ask the people to identify. The person will not do that by talking. They'll allow the person to talk, and the person himself, the person who is affected with stress and problem, will identify, and they will help them to identify the problem and change the negative pattern thinking. Okay. Thinking pattern. That is cognitive behavior therapy, what a psychologist will do. And there is something called mindfulness based stress reduction, where they use meditation and mindfulness to, so they are all psychologists. Okay. When do we have medications? When this therapy is not working and you're in a chronic level, your stress is in a chronic state, then medications are required. This medications are given by the psychiatrist. They are doctors. Psychologists also are doctors, but they only do therapies. Okay. Medications, antidepressants, antacids, sleeping pills, and all that. But we can avoid these medications. The moment you know you're stressful and you're going through something, please talk. Go to a professional person. Talk. You will definitely not need this medication at all. There are other complementary and alternative medicine also, like acupressure, aromatherapy, yoga, acupuncture, meditation, and all that, which we should be proud as Indians. We have all these available. So these are the interventions. Before going into these interventions, if we try to follow all these 4 A's, then there is no need for interventions at all. So understanding oneself and accepting things that I am capable of doing it. This is what is trying to stress me. Okay, I need how to manage it. If you are knowing all these things, definitely there's no need for therapy or medications. So this too shall pass. When you are going through stressful time and you're out of it, when you have overcome it, be proud and celebrate it. Tell to yourself, yes, I am capable of doing things, achieving things. I'm great. I've done it. This too shall pass is the mantra what you have to say. And hope this session helps you to find your stress and how to manage it. Hope you all enjoyed listening to my session, and you're taken, I think you would have understood where do you stand, and please find out on the scale where do you stand, whether there is no stress, over stress, or you are under moderate stress. In the chat box, the feedback form has been given. Please do give your feedback. Thank you so much. Over to you, Kritika ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Abhinami ma'am, for the enriching session. I'm sure each one present in the session has acquired the skills to manage stress and understood the importance of leading a stress-free and joyful life.
Yeah.
On behalf of the management, I thank each one of you for your participation on a Saturday morning. We really appreciate your presence. I also take this opportunity to thank the management for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be your host. Last but not the least, I express my heartfelt gratitude to Vaishnavi ma'am for rendering all the technical support required to ensure a smooth and fruitful session. Thank you all. Have a great day ahead, and Jai